martial artist, having trained for years, sought to take his training to a more advanced level. He sought nothing less than enlightenment. He heard of a particular supermaster who lived alone and was the guardian of a great book of mysteries which contained the secret knowledge that this martial artist was seeking. This martial artist's name was Cord. The keeper of the book, the supermaster, his name was Zeton. So Cord ventures out. He knows that all he has to do is start to walk. And his karma and his mind will draw events to him that will aid him in his quest for the book. And Zeton, he encounters several challenges on his journey. Different martial artists seeking to kill him, which he successfully manages to survive and continue on with his quest. Then his karma drew to him a vision of a blind man with a flute this long that could apparently see, even though he was blind, using some sort of different senses. He could see and wander around unaided, and this blind man walked right past Cord with a determined look on his face. And he entered into a ruined fort and stood there in the middle of a great opening. As if he knew something were about to happen. Sure enough, several martial artists from all over congregated in this ruined fort. And one by one they came out and challenged this blind master, whose name was Chongsha. And they challenged him to fight. And Chongsha, the blind master, with his flute that made strange music as he twirled it through the air, it became a weapon. And he used this weapon to defeat the martial artists that had two good eyes, one by one. They could not defeat this blind man. Cord was watching from a darkened corner in the shadows, and he was amazed at the skill of Chongsha, the blind martial artist. Chongsha, the blind man, defeated all of the challengers and then vanished into the darkness. The next day, Cord ventured into a cave filled with light and flying birds, and he saw Chongsha sitting down on a rock, cross-legged, as I am sitting cross-legged. And he was playing his flute, his mysterious flute that was a weapon as well, made music as he killed and destroyed challengers. Cord was very reverent, and he bowed and said, "With all my skill, with all my years of training, I know I could not survive 5 seconds against you if we were fighting. And yet, I have found you on my journey, so I know that it's very important for me to engage with you in some fashion. Will you consider taking me on as a disciple? Chongsa, the blind master, replied, "Yes, I am here for you, but I will take you on as disciple only if you abide by the following condition. You must follow me all day long, watch carefully what I do, and no matter what you see or hear, you must not speak a word. Remain merely observant. If you speak a word, our partnership will be ended." Cord was very grateful for the opportunity and somewhat hastily agreed to the conditions. So they left the cave and went off on the ventures of this enlightened blind master, Chongsa. Very soon they came to a river. Very difficult to get across. An old man lived in a shack, and he had developed a meager business, a ferry business. He had a boat and a contraption with a long rope and pulley tied to the boat where people could pull themselves across the river in the boat for a fee, and then the ferryman would pull the boat back, ready for the next traveler. And this is how the old man earned his living. Well, the Chongsa and Cord paid the very nominal fee, pulled themselves across the river, got out, and then Chongsa, for some bizarre reason, kicked in the sides of the boat so it sank, thus depriving the ferryman of his means of earning a living. Cord was somewhat disturbed by the actions of the blind man, but remembered his promise to remain silent and did so.